You've probably all heard about our chancing engine by now. You know, our algorithm that uses your grades, your classes, your test scores, your extracurriculars, and your demographic information to make accurate predictions of your admissions chances at over 1,500 colleges in the US. Small plug, I know. Anyways, if you spent any time messing around with our chancing engine, then you may have noticed that some of your chances changed during the past couple months, even if you didn't change any of your profile information. Usually, this is pretty normal. Acceptance rates change every year, and we're always tweaking our chancing engine with the latest admissions data. But we've also recently rolled out a new chancing approach that we're very excited to introduce. Hi, I'm Elias, and welcome back to CollegeVine. Today we'll be discussing the newest update to our chancing engine featuring machine learning. We'll be giving you a behind-the-scenes look at how it operates and why it's so totally awesome. Our machine learning algorithm is really the first of its kind in the admissions realm, and we're so excited to share its magic with all of you. Before we dive into the details of how our new and improved chancing engine operates, let's take a moment to talk about machine learning itself. Imagine you have an assignment for your computer science class. You have to write a program that can differentiate between sandwiches and non-sandwich objects. Sounds simple, right? Just define a sandwich as some kind of food between two pieces of bread. But then ask yourself, is a hot dog a sandwich? You see, to make this program, you'd have to create a simple set of rules or an algorithm that a computer could run through before making its decision. On something as complex as what makes a sandwich, let alone what gets a student to college, this can get very complicated very quickly. On what basis would a burrito not be considered a sandwich, or a Pop-Tart for that matter? And that's where machine learning comes in. With a machine learning approach, you wouldn't need to write new rules or exceptions for every possible scenario. Instead, you'd show your program a ton of examples of what you instinctively consider to be a sandwich and have it basically draft an algorithm for you. The computer would be able to pick up on patterns and relationships between sandwich candidates that might be too complex for a human to understand. We're not going to take a position on the hot dog sandwich debate, but feel free to voice your opinion in the comments below. Anyway, machine learning is especially useful when you need to rely on past data to predict future results. So you can probably see how employing a machine learning approach would make something like our chancing engine much more accurate. And we know that you want your chances to be accurate. I've read your reviews. Compared to the older engine, this update is much better calibrated. And well calibrated means that when the chancing engine says you have an 80% chance of admission, it's pretty accurate. If you could apply to that school 100 times, you'd probably get in around 80 of those times. We've actually verified this by successfully testing our new engine against real admissions data. Our old model, by contrast, was centered around percentage groups. We could accurately predict whether a school was a target reach or safety, but we had to emphasize a disclaimer on the actual percentage number itself. With our new system, we're much more confident with the exact numbers. Another huge advantage of using machine learning is that our model can quickly learn from new data. As we continue to gather data over time, we can easily retrain the model and deploy a more accurate engine in just a few minutes. For you, this means that you're always getting the most up-to-date chancing. And don't worry, every time we get our hands on new data, we feed it directly into our engine so that it can get a better image of the constantly changing landscape of college admissions. As our model continuously adjusts, you should expect your chancing predictions to change more frequently, but by smaller amounts. These fluctuations just mean that your chances are always based on the cutting edge of admissions data. So, what data does our chancing engine use? Don't worry, your chances aren't just magic coming from the mouth of a machine. Since admissions is itself, in fact, not a total crapshoot, there are important quantifiable factors that can help you understand your chance of admissions at specific schools. Our new machine learning model uses a whole bunch of individual factors to predict your admissions chances. And I mean a lot of factors, 75 factors to be exact. Many of these factors come from the information you put into your CollegeVine profile when you set up an account and get ready to use our chancing engine. In other words, we're directly translating what you tell us about yourself in your profile into your chances. Of course, there are more than 75 total factors that determine your chances of acceptance at a given school. But the 75 we've chosen are the factors we believe to be the biggest levers in your application. They include academic scores and courses, extracurriculars, demographic background, geography, field of choice when it's relevant, and of course, the schools to which you're applying. From there, our chancing engine works as you'd expect. It starts with a given school's acceptance rate and uses that as a baseline. Then it compares your profile with the average accepted student at that school and gives you a boost or a ding based on how each of your stats stack up. We do suggest that you use our chancing engine results just as a guideline for admissions and to help you build a balanced school list. For example, having a 60% chance of admissions to your dream school is no guarantee that you'll get in. It only means that if you can apply infinite times, you get in about 60% of those times. There's still a 40% chance that you won't get in, and because you can't apply infinite times, there is a chance you'll get stuck in reality in which you don't get in. Since you probably don't have a portal gun, we do recommend having other options. Nothing can substitute for a healthy school list, so make sure you have at least 2 safeties and a good balance of target and reach schools. Our chancing engine should be super helpful in this process because it will categorize schools as safeties, targets, hard targets, reaches, and long reaches for you. For more information on how to go about building your school list, we've linked some of our blog posts and live streams on this topic below, and we've also got some upcoming YouTube videos on this topic as well. In the coming weeks and months, we'll continue to improve our chancing engine, and we're currently working to ensure that the best predictions are made for domestic and international students alike, as well as non-traditional applicants and students applying early action and early decision. If you want to see our new chancing engine for yourself, you should definitely head on over to CollegeVine.com and create an account if you haven't already. It's free, it's easy, and we have resources to help you with everything you should need to navigate the college admissions process. We have an extensive blog, regular live streams, community help forums, and so much more. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like and subscribe so that you can stay up to date with all of our upcoming content. Thanks for watching, and see you again next time.